Welcome, friends. Welcome to another Reconsiderate live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. Here in this Reconsiderate live stream, this is a live stream where I'm once again playing with the settings. And what that means is, over the next, we don't know how long, half hour, an hour, some amount of time, my friends. Over this next stretch of time, you're gonna get a lot of experimenting with sounds, a lot of experimenting with noises and sound effects. Basically, you get to hang out with me in my studio here as I tinker with some knobs. That's what's happening right now on this live stream right now. My regulars know that we do these tinkering with the knobs streams randomly. And yet this is the third one that I've done this weekend. I did one yesterday for 2 hours. I did one earlier today for 2 hours. I was experimenting with different camera angles, as I am right now as well. So I'm in a very experimental mood this weekend. Very experimental. And so I'm jumping on the stream just to be experimental again. Probably not for very long. I'm not going to do a 2-hour stream right now. Here in this warm-up phase, my friends, we are chilling out to a beat that I made before the stream began. This will be the next one that I experiment with the settings on. I'm just going through all my settings, and I think I might loop back and do them again, because there are a few, including one from earlier today, where I was like, yeah, I could keep playing with it, but, you know, I'm just going to let it go. So there's room to keep doing it. And right now we're just going to play with this one after we do our warm-up practice cheers. Just to get a feel, just to get ready. Grab your drink, my friends. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. It's going to be so good. We got the clink cam and everything. I got my water. We are going to do some cheersing. It's going to be so good. So good. Friends, we're going to practice this on 1, 2, 3. We're going to do it. I'm going to clink the camera. We are going to celebrate and get warmed up to the fact that we are all connected here and doing this. My friends, it comes so warmly on 1. And you can already start feeling it build up a bit. Even though this is just a warm-up practice 2. Just to practice cheers, you can still feel it building up, my friends. It's so good. And then we got 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Oh, that's so good. That was a really, really good practice cheers. I have to just kind of admire the moment here. It worked out really well. I'm very, very pleased. So as I say, my friends, this stream we're doing right now, this is just a mess with the settings stream. I may just do this one, since a big reason that I'm streaming right now was to test the camera setup. Earlier I had just the camera pointing down here at the looper so you could see what I'm doing on the loopers a little more closely. But then I felt that, you know, it gives you a little better. It's not too much better than this camera here. Not too much, but it's a little better. Not too much better. And because it wasn't too much better, it wasn't such a huge win, I said, oh, you're missing out on all the eye contact and the good cheers moments. So I decided to go back to having this camera. And now I'm just experimenting with whether I want to keep this one. I will tell you this. It is a significant amount of technical complication on my end to put this all together. By having this camera and having them the two at the same time, I had to figure out a not trivial workaround, which I did. So now the question is it worth it? You might like it. If it's good for you, then that's really what I'm doing this for. So I will take that very seriously and listen to your feedback in that regard. Please do let me know. For my people joining us on the replay after the stream, let me know. What do you think of the camera angle? What do you think of the camera angle? Please like this video, my friends. Please subscribe. So this one is a D flat, my friends. And as I say, I may do only this one palette right now on this stream. We'll see if I go on. If so, I'll do maybe two, but that'll probably be it. So how's the bass? Let's start with the bass. How does this one sound? I think I'm pretty happy with that. These are the palettes, by the way, that have been through many rounds of revisions. So I'm not surprised that I'm pretty happy with it. We could also talk about, is it the best bass line I've ever written? Which I think the answer is no to that. But just purely sound-wise, texture-wise, I think bass is pretty good. How about this other one that I just pulled in? I think this one, I have one or two things I already thought I wanted to do. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can make this sound better. I'm gonna be messing with this one now. Ah, man. You have any chronic pain in any part of your body? I have a few. My shoulder here is one of them. There's like a spot. There's a spot like right in here that acts up pretty often. It's been acting up lately. In any case, I'm going to be messing with this sound effect now, so let's do that. this is pretty good. This is pretty good. On that instrument, I changed it. I changed what was the... You probably can't see it with this LED display here. But I had a different kind of delay on it. And the delay... I mean, it's like a really muddy delay. But now I put a much cleaner delay on it. I put a reverse reverb, actually, is what it is. So even though the instrument itself is still a little muddy in its sound, which I think is good, and it works with the bass, the reverb is slight. I cut it very short. I think I put like 0.2 milliseconds on it. 0.2 seconds, sorry. I see Crazy Wabbit's in the place. Says the camera angles are good. Thank you, my man. That's one of the things I'm looking for feedback on. I'm having a very, very experimental weekend right now. I streamed for... I guess 6 hours. 6 hours this weekend I streamed. That's the most I've ever streamed in such like a 2-day period. 6 hours? No, I'm sorry. It's 5 hours that I've streamed. And right now I'm probably going to do like one song. I'm really just testing the camera angles. And it sounds like you like them, so that's good. That's good. Just doing some experimenting with the sound as I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So yeah, in this case, I think this is a pretty good sound here. I may wind up tweaking it some more. We'll see how the other instruments go. This one is pretty full-bodied. I don't think it conflicts with the bass, though. So it's good in that regard. The echo on the drums is so awesome. This is the drums without the echo. Now with. Really dope. Crazy Wabbit says, hey man, I couldn't stay, but just wanted to show you some quick love. It does sound good. Have fun. My man, thank you for stopping by. I like to hear it. I like to hear it. It almost sounds like an elephant. So I think those don't really need a lot of evolving at the moment. Although I may change them a bit when I continue to bring in the other instruments. So let's see. I already forget what these other ones are. What does this one sound like? Let's see. So I'm going to re-record that anyway, but... I don't feel it conflicts. I don't feel it. I think it's a bit loud maybe, but it's not causing any kind of, I don't know, sound conflicts that I'm concerned about. So I'm going to go re-record it, building on this new like lower level that I'm rebuilding down here. I'll also tweak it a little bit. So let's see. Let's see. So I still feel like that one sounded pretty good. But now I kind of want to go re-record these. See if I can make them be a little, fit a little nicely, fit a little more nicely together. Which should be a non-trivial operation. Or I guess to say, what I mean to say is not exactly trivial, but a non-issue really. And it better be because they're already erased. All right, so let's re-record those as well. All right. Let's say I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think this one all the way on the left here is a little loud. I've been having that issue. I had that issue earlier today as well. That some of the instruments just, they're a bit loud. So this one I think I can tweak a little. Which I'm going to do right now. I'm going into the main element that gives it its sound, its character. Bringing that down a little bit. Just basically just sheer volume, but it's like the amount of the effect. So I guess the wet, even though it's not called that on here. Taking that down a little bit. Otherwise, this is looking pretty good. Take just a couple more like loudness elements down. I like this one. It still has a muddy feel, but I think that's good. I think that's part of the character of this palette. I guess I'll re-record this one since I just did it. I just messed with its sound so much. I'll do that right now. this is sounding pretty good. I see Trusto was in the place. Yeah, Trusto, you made it. You made it. That's good. We are having another just messing with the sounds stream. And you may also notice that I'm messing with the cameras as well. Let's see, where's the camera? There, that's. I'm not used to this camera up here. But I figure I'm trying to give you a clean view of the loopers, while also I can still interact with the traditional method. I'm going to keep messing with that. I might have a different camera location. I was toying with the idea of having the camera like in this location over here, which you can't see right now. But basically pointing directly at me, so that you have the camera pointing directly at me as well as directly down to the loopers. I'm going to be toying with stuff. I'm getting real experimental here with my streams. So I'm likely going to continue with these streams where I'm just playing with the sounds. I like this one so far. So going back to just the sounds. So far these are all sounding pretty good together. I've been messing with them a little bit, but not too much, because they're already in a decent spot. I see Symptoms of Realities in the place as well. Welcome! You made the right choice joining today. So there's only one more sound for me to see how it fits. It's this one here. Yeah, I like that one. You're gonna be hard pressed to get me to say that that's gotta tone that down or anything. I just love that so much. But I am gonna tone it down a little and re-record it. Then I gotta mess with the panning. That's a big thing that I'm doing in this pass-through. I'm doing some very significant, well, I shouldn't say significant, but, you know, consistently across my palettes is what I mean to say. Consistently across my palettes, I'm bringing in a fair amount of panning variety. And it's coming along nice so far, so I'm pretty happy with that. Right now I'm going to throw in this rapid fire, it's called a roll. I'm going to re-record this one. It's going to be really nice. This is one of my favorite effects. It's hard for me to not overdo this. I have to put forth a lot of self-control. And I think I do have it too frequently in too many of my palettes, I think. But it's in this one, and I think it works well in this one. So I'm going to go and re-record it. Oh, snap. Alright, well, fortunately, there was nothing recorded there. I had a blank. There, I'm going to do it again. That was easy. Alright, let me just get into it, because I want to see how it sounds. Does it need to be adjusted? It was sounding pretty good before. Let's see. So I think the answer is, I think it sounds pretty good. Trusto says, hey, don't pull a me and delete all your stuff. Well, I'm about to. I'm about to delete it like very, very soon because I think it's in a pretty good space, which means it's getting close to being ready to be saved. And I never save the sounds, you know, the actual beat I made, not into my looper improv stuff, which is what this is. Although someone gave me the idea 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe. Trusto, I forget if it was you or Moser who said this, but one of you gave me the idea of working on the beats for what may yet become a 5-song EP that I do, like a rap EP. And so I was thinking that I might actually do that. In addition to the twice-a-week streams where I do improvised beats that I then throw away, the one-time only beats, I do those for an hour. And now I'm starting to do these messing, you know, experimental this or that. I might now add working on my next EP streams. And the reason I bring that up is that in such a case, I would actually be saving the beat I make, because I would be using that to, you know, to make the EP. So who knows? We'll see if I'll do that. I have a lot of ideas that I might go with for that. But for now, going through this, messing with the sound stream, I think this is sounding pretty good. Also maybe a little loud, but good. Fitting in. Easy to turn this down a little bit. It was up pretty high, so that won't be difficult. So now I got to do some output effects here. And as usual, the drum output effects are probably in pretty good shape. Although I didn't experiment with this one yet. Let's see, how's this sound? So that's working. There's nothing I really need to confirm there about my filter. Sounds pretty good. It's set the way I like it. And the delay, man, that really is nice. That's a nice solid standard to have on my drums. I'm discovering that. In one of the ones from yesterday, or maybe it was even earlier today, I discovered the same thing, that having this really sparse delay on the drums works well. All right, so that confirms that this lower looper, I think, is in pretty good shape for this altogether palette, which is generally, that's another thing I guess I never really clarified, that any palette of mine, quote unquote, is a combination of the two loopers together. So this drums is in good shape for this palette in terms of the X. Oh, the panning! I got to do the panning. Here, let me put everything back on. Let's do some panning. Oh yes, I'm so glad that I decided to mess with the panning. This is gonna make things so much more interesting in such subtle little ways. Oh, nice. This one's already panned pretty solidly. How about these? Oh, good. I get to play around. Woo! I feel like a kid in some kind of a store. Yeah, and I don't have to go. So I'm taking these, they're left and right. I'm making them a little bit, you know, off. The right I brought in a little bit, the left I took out a little bit. Not too much. They were at 15. I took them to 11 to the right and 17 to the left. And the units are like 0.5% or something, because it's fully 50 to one side. So it's like 17 out of 50, so really 34%. Versus now 22% to the right. That's what these are right here. That's what these are panned. That's interesting. I don't know if I'm just imagining it, but I feel like I can hear the difference. Yeah, it feels like it's a little tilted, which is what I was going for. How about the other ones? Those are both at 40, which is like 80% left and right. So I'm gonna take those, let's see, I tilted it this way. So I'll crunch them in like this a little bit. You know, like, my hands are not really doing justice on this camera here. So I got 31 to the left, 42 to the right. Which is 62% to the left, 84% to the right. Throwing these drums, these are also off kilter a little bit. Everything's a little off kilter. The bass is perfectly center. Even the kick is off a little bit. So I think the answer is yes. I think this is sounding pretty good still. With hearing all of them on, I still got to do the output effects up here. Yep, that's good. Nothing to really worry about there. Filter. Whoa. This is not like I usually do when it comes to my filter. Wow. I don't know if I want to keep this or I want to... Hold on. What? What is it doing? Is that the rate? Hold on. It's too bad I don't have undo because I forget what it was set to. It's the depth. Oh, that's what's doing it. I see. If I could put a little more depth than I usually do. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll experiment in that way. So I'm doing my filter, my low pass filter, which is just a standard I have on all tracks. All palettes. I gotta keep remembering not to put my weight on this microphone stand because I broke this other one over here, which is now just a tripod. And it's working. I mean, I'm using, look at me repurposing what seemed like a failure. No, there's no failure. Now I have an awesome tripod. Which I'm using for my second camera, which is pretty nice. Anyway, I got my low pass filter here, and it's got a little more depth in it than I usually do. So I'll play with that and see how I like it. Then there's the slicer. How's this one? I think this one sounds pretty good. Again, not really surprised, since this palette has gone through many rounds of evolution and revision, so makes sense that its slicer would be in good shape. I think it's in good shape, my friends. You know what that means? You know what that means? That means it is time to be wrapping this one up, my friends. This particular palette has been evolved and made it through another round. Sounding pretty good. This one will get wrapped up. And as I anticipated earlier, I will do only this one right now. I am beginning to rival Trusto and Symptoms of Reality in their extensive consecutive streams. I streamed for 3 hours yesterday. Can you believe that? That's amazing. And today I'm coming up on another 3 hours. That's 6 hours in 2 days. That's almost indistinguishable from 24 hours straight. It's basically the same amount, which is pretty impressive. I like to put myself in a spotlight that is pretty impressive like that. It works out pretty well, I think. Trusto says, I love the low-pass filter. I mean, you're telling me. It's really dope. It's one of my favorite things to do. Although I don't do it that much. I try not to overdo it. Trusto says, duct tape works. You know, I actually am thinking about putting duct tape on this, what do you call it, a mic stand, which I have now made into a tripod stand. Because I might need to. The part that's broken is like, it's this part right here, which, well, I guess you can't really see. It is right here. And it's just the, you know, the part that has threads. The threads are completely stripped, so the thing just like doesn't sit at all. You can't screw it in even. It's just like, just sitting there. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's supporting all this weight. I put a lot of glue in it. The glue seems to be holding, but I am considering putting mad layers of duct tape on it. So that may happen as well. In some future stream, you might see back here this other mic stand now have a bunch of duct tape on it. You might see that. But since this will be the final palette of the stream today, that means that, my friends, it is time to celebrate. It is time to celebrate such a successful stream. Man, we did it. We did it. It's so good. It's so good. Thank you for being here. Grab a drink, my friends. We're going to celebrate in the best possible way. You know what that best possible way is. Grab a drink, my friends. We're doing it. We're doing the final official cheers moment of the stream. It's going to be so good. I see some congratulations in the chat as well from Symptoms of Reality and Trusto on the fact that I've streamed for about 6 hours total yesterday and today. Yeah, that's my personal record. I've never streamed that much before. I can only imagine you guys doing 24 hours straight. That was lighthearted joking earlier when I said it was approaching that. It is but a fourth. Spread over 2 days, but a fourth. So it's really an eighth, 12.5% of what you did. Pretty impressive. Symptoms of Reality says, I would highly recommend the 24-hour stream. However, we'll never do it again. Oh man, if I were to do a 24-hour stream, I would need to have some kind of very comfortable seating. I am thinking about redoing my studio completely because it is currently not optimized for streaming. Nonetheless, we still have to do our cheers moment. I told you to grab a drink and I didn't even get mine. How rude. Can we go back to some Full House? I'm gonna grab my drink. Here comes my water. Whatever you got as well. Oh yeah, I got it. This is gonna be so good. When I just had the overhead earlier today, I had just the overhead camera, and that was very difficult to do the cheers on. But now we got this one back. Wabbit said I should call this the Clink Cam, because we are about to do it on 3, my friends. This is going to be so good. You're going to like it so much. Join me, my friends, on 1. It's going to come on 2. Oh, it's coming so fast. It's going to make a head spin. We got 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Oh, that's so good. Yes. Man, I am such a fan of that. It's so good. So delicious. I love having that with you. This shared experience with you. What a good time it is. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here, making this such a successful studio session. Please like this video, my friends. Please subscribe. To our friends who are joining us in the Cheers moment on replay, you are with us every bit as much. Please leave a comment below. My friends, I love evolving my palettes with you. It's such a fun time, such a good use of time. You can look forward to more of these. I'm going to be doing more of these in the studio, putzing around, even playing with the camera and stuff. Kind of streams. More of that's coming. More of that's coming. Make sure you have notifications enabled so you know when I'm going to do these. Which is going to be truly too dope for you to miss out on. So you know that you have to have the little bell on. I don't have to sell you too much on that. You want to do it, and you would do it so you could tune in for the music, which is too sick. The groove is what you get, and you would select which is the best. And of course, these sound palette streams, these are just randomly whenever I have an hour or maybe 2 hours. So that's why I say keep the bell on, keep the notifications on, my friends. Trusto says keep the bars on. Yeah, that's nice. So I'll probably be doing more of these. In the coming week, the coming weeks, plural. We'll see if it normalizes or if it stays random. I have a feeling it's probably going to stay random, but we'll see. We'll see, my friends. In any case, you can also look forward to the weekly streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The more regular ones where I just improvise beats for an hour. It's not quite as drawn out as this. What is this, 45 minutes? 45 minutes for a single palette. But I've been getting positive feedback about these. That you guys like seeing my process, like hearing about my thoughts and what I'm doing with the sounds. I also like, should I just say, I also like getting feedback from you. That's why I'm doing this camera thing, by the way. The previous palette from, I think, yesterday, I was getting a lot of positive feedback. That is to say, helpful, actionable direction that enabled me to make progress on some sounds that I probably wouldn't have made by myself. So I like hearing your feedback too. I hope to see you in the next stream. Until then, my friends, please have a very good rest of your day. All of the time that you still have today. Please let the rest of your day uplift you and bring you more than you thought you were going to have for the rest of the day today. Please have a very healing and uplifting experience today. Please have a very fulfilling, enlightening experience today. And when you eventually transfer your consciousness out of this waking consciousness and into something else that we don't really have good words for in English, but when you make that transfer, my friends, I hereby pray and bless you that you would be more in your totality than when you first entered into this waking consciousness. My friends, please continue to grow and become more than you've ever been. Please have a fantastic rest of your day today, and I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.